Not long ago, you were looking at a spot not far from where I'm sitting, on the waterfront, views of the Bay Bridge. You'd spent like $20 million on plans for it. Why this new site in Mission Bay? Why now?
Well, because we control our destiny. We own it. Our relationship with the city is one as an owner, not as a tenant. We feel that the site offers us some very attractive elements because the venue is a venue that's going to be for the city, for the greater San Francisco Bay Area. It's one of the top 25 markets that doesn't have a venue like this. And we believe that it can be activated successfully, very successfully in this location. It's accessible by all four sides. It offers some strategic advantages. It's right in the city still. And yet, it has its own location. It defines itself. So we think, well, we're going to spend all that money privately, probably upwards of $750 million for the retail and for the office building and for the plaza sites and the venue. We wanted something that we actually owned.
Now, you bought the land privately, outright, from Salesforce. I'm curious how that conversation started. Did Mark Benioff personally try to recruit you to that part of the city?
Yes, Mark Benioff called, and we met with him. Joe Lacob, my partner, met with him, and then together we fashioned an arrangement, looked at all the variables to see if we could accomplish it. It was expensive, obviously, and we decided that this was the place to make the move. It offered us a higher degree of certainty, a timeline that was most effective, and really the kind of accoutrements in that location that were hard-pressed to have other places.
Peter, it's John Ehrlichman. When you talk about being privately funded, how do we think about where the money comes from, that whole process?
Well, did you ever hear a rotator cuff injury? You know, when you turn your hand, you reach in the back pocket and you pull it out? That's the kind of money it is. It's all privately financed by the ownership and by the partners involved with the enterprise. And we're not looking at public funds. We're going to be a active participant in the city, a good listener to the marketplace, very good with the neighborhood. We're going to be very responsive. But the idea is that we are a private citizen building a private venue for the benefit and purpose also of all San Francisco Bay citizens. It really gives us the opportunity to control our destiny.
And what about what will be unique about this arena? I mean, when you're in a position to build one of these things from the ground up, what do you want to be sort of the signature thing tied to this?
Well, everything's going to be unique. What we're doing is we're going to cast our line over the horizon, not make it a copy of something else, but have it really be an original venue, a venue that is attraction and a lightning rod to bring the best and brightest artists in San Francisco to the world and attract the best and brightest artists. So there'll be a whole theater element of this, a whole, if you will, public performance element of this venue too. And the point is we're going to have it digitally fit. We have a digitally fit organization. We're very, very successful at Oracle right now with this. And we're going to bring state-of-the-art sound. We're going to have the right kind of visual display. We're going to have interactive video. We're going to make the audience not passengers but participants in the experiences there. And we think that we have the know-it-all, and we have the relationship with Silicon Valley and the business community to really bring those talents to bear on this. It's going to be, you know, if you want a metaphor, it'll be Madison Square Garden out west. It'll be, you know, a kind of venue that people, artists and performers and conventions and Olympics are going to say, I want to perform there.
What about the people, the players, and the people in the Golden State Warriors organization? How do you see San Francisco, you know, as a draw in terms of recruiting top talent on and off the court?
Well, we're sold out in our current site, about 8 or 9 miles as the crow flies. Not many people are crows. Crow flies where we are now, and we're high up in the league standings in terms of attendance, merchandise, F&B, everything. We're very, very successful, and that's what allowed us to undertake this proposition. And our audience is drawn from San Jose, both sides of the Bay, equally all around. So remember, the Warriors played their first seasons in San Francisco. They were the San Francisco Warriors. So in a sense, we're coming home.